What's going on YouTube, Diggy546? I'm not going to have an intro, no graphics or anything. I just wanted to talk about free agency today. A couple of things happened. Well, a lot of things happened. Not much for the Giants. The Giants have only re-signed Austin Jackson, who's a good player, nice depth defensive tackle, and he's going to be needed if we're going to move on from Dalvin Tomlinson this offseason. But the Giants didn't really do much. That's all we've done. Spencer Pulley technically has already been released. That came out earlier today. That technically his option didn't get picked up. So I guess whatever Spot Track is doing is kind of incorrect right now. So other than that, the Giants really haven't done much. But there were rumors that the Giants were interested in Leonard Floyd earlier today, and then he eventually went back to the Rams for a $16 million a year deal. We weren't going to pay him that. I know we weren't going to pay him that. And the Kenny Golladay news broke this morning with Adam Schefter on ESPN on live TV saying that Kenny Golladay, technically the players can't meet with them legally, but Kenny Galladay's representation was meeting with the New York Giants earlier today. I don't know if that meeting is going on right now. I don't know if it went on hours ago, but they were supposed to be meeting with the Giants today. And that, of course, is most Giants fans' number one target in free agency. If we can land Kenny Golladay, that gets us the number one receiver that we've wanted. Ever since we lost Odell, we have not had a number one guy. We have not had a guy who commands respect from the other team. And it would just be such a breath of fresh air to have someone like that on our team. I mean, I've done film sessions on him. I've done multiple videos. I think he's the best fit in free agency for our team. He can be outside. He can catch those contested passes. He's a big body, so you can run those slants. You can run those comebacks, and you can run those deep routes. You can run those deep posts. And more often than not, he's going to come down with the football. I mean, Kenny Golladay is the perfect option for the New York Giants. It's a no-brainer. The only thing that we were thinking about was the money. And as I said, this cap is flexible. The Giants can move a lot of money around. They can move a lot of money back. And if they get this Leonard Williams contract done, then they really can move money back. But Golladay, I'm really convinced. I'm really convinced at this point that Golladay is going to be a member of the New York Giants, whether it be tonight, whether it be tomorrow during the day, whether it be the day after. I'm 90% sure in my head that he's going to be a Giant. I know that we were only having a meeting with him, but it just seems like the writing is on the wall for him to be a New York Giant, and I will be ecstatic. He's the second receiver I've wanted out of this entire offseason. The first would be Jamar Chase. The second is him because I feel like both of them are Jason Garrett proof. And people laugh when I say that, but I say they're guys who can run these physical routes, who they can run routes that are not designed to get them open and not have much separation and still consistently make catches and move the chains and make big plays that overshadow any kind of incompetence that we have as far as play calling. So those are the two guys that I'm looking at, and I think Kenny Golladay is a good start for this offseason. I think that takes our entire offense to the next level completely. But I also wanted to talk about this Leonard Williams stuff. Now, we saw Leonard Floyd get $16 million. That was an overpay. Shaq Barrett got $18. That was, you can argue, a little bit of an underpay. Probably on the open market, he gets 20, 19 and a half, 20. That's probably what happens there. Yannick Ngakoue. This guy, Yannick Ngakoue, had, he ended up getting 14 million. No, he ended up getting 12 million. Romeo Okwara got 13 million. The other guy, Matt Judon, got 14 million. So no one got 20 million. Shaq Barrett maybe would have gotten 20 million on the open market, but he came back to his team on a hometown discount and took the 18 million. Now Leonard Floyd, they got paid 16 million this year. Exact same stats as Leonard Floyd, as Leonard Williams. Exact same stats pretty much. 10.5 sacks instead of 11.5. 55 tackles instead of Leonard Williams' 57 tackles. And he got paid $16 million. And people thought that that was an overpay. Now, you don't look at just his stats, and you think that Leonard Williams is great against the run, a lot better, and probably commands a little bit more of attention than Leonard Floyd. But to say that he's $10 million more, because there were reports that were saying that Leonard Williams wanted $25 million US a year from the Giants. There is no way that we're going to pay him that. I cannot understand where that came from, why he thinks that we're going to pay that to him, but we're not going to pay that to him. We cannot do that. And I've been yelling, chanting on Twitter all day, rescind the tag. Take the tag off of Leonard Williams as soon as you can. Let him hit free agency. He might be mad about it and he might leave. Sure, but that's better than overpaying him by $5-6 million. Let him get out on the free agency market, see what he's worth, see what teams are willing to offer him, and then just match the offer. If the offer goes ridiculously high, cancel it. Don't pay him. Because if somebody wants to pay this guy $23-24 million, have at it. Let him pay him the 24-25. We should not be paying him that much money. We have Saquon coming up, who we hope has a bounce back season. We're going to have to pay him probably $15-16 million because we had the Aaron Jones signing the other day, but let's be real, he's going to go off of the McCaffrey signing. So we have to pay a couple of guys coming down the road. We hopefully want to be aggressive in free agency in the future and not have to just, focus on retaining what we have. So we cannot afford to pay this guy $25 million. Yes, we expect the cap to go back up, but from what we saw last year, anything can happen. So you do not want to strap yourself up like this when you can just get rid of Leonard Williams right now. If you bring him back for $17-18 million, I'm fine with that. That's A-okay for me. But if you get rid of him and he gets paid $24 million somewhere else or $23 million or $25 million somewhere else, guess what? You can sign Dalvin Tomlinson. You can bring in a Hassan Reddick, and you can get a Kenny Golladay, and all of them together, their cap hit for this year probably will be around $26 or $27 million a year for this upcoming year. When you push that money back, when you push everything back, their cap hit will probably be relative to what Leonard Williams' average per year would be. So it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Put your deal on the table. Tell them exactly what you're willing to pay him. And if he doesn't want to accept that, we cannot afford to let this free agency pass us by and miss out on guys like Hassan Reddick, miss out on bringing back homegrown talent, Dalvin Tomlinson, the fourth defensive tackle in a row that we're probably going to let walk, that we drafted. I mean, the first was Barry Cofield. I don't think we drafted him. Then it was Linval Joseph. Then it was Jonathan Hankins. Bring back Dalvin Tomlinson. We can afford to do it if we let Leonard Williams walk, and we can get a Hassan Reddick. We can do that for the price of one. And then Kenny Golladay can find his way on this team too, which I think is almost a formality at this point. And this is just me in my head. Maybe I'm a little bit deranged at this point, but I just think that Kenny Golladay is coming to the Giants. So you guys let me know what you thought of this first day of free agency. I mean, a couple of teams went crazy. The Patriots finally got some offensive weapons. They brought back Joe Thuney. I'm pretty sure they brought him back. I don't think he went somewhere else, or I think he ended up going to the Chiefs. Okay, so they didn't bring him back, but they paid Nelson Aguilar, they paid Jonnu Smith. So a couple of teams got aggressive and they paid people. The Giants really haven't done that yet. So you guys let me know what you think of free agency so far, especially with the Giants, what you hope gets done very soon. Do you want us to take the tag off for Leonard Williams like I do, or do you want to just keep him under the tag this year? Let me know.